The Myers-Briggs test has identified ESTP, or the doer, as your personality type. You have a talent for reading people and knowing where they're at in their lives, what's going on. You can sense it. You have be able to sense this easily. You're extremely detailed and have ready knowledge of the physical world. You look at the world and you see every little detail. You're kind of the person who can, if you're interested in plant life, you know a lot about the plant life and you look at it in great detail and you're curious about it. You have a competitive flair which drives them to win in difficult situations. So you can come into a situation, see what's going on, and you have this competitive flair that says, boy, I'm going to push to win. This could be very potent if you have also the strength of competition, because that'll cause you to compare everything relative to your ability to be able to win. You have mental toughness, which makes you extremely hard to beat. So this mental toughness can help push you along in your career. It can be a little bit damaging in your personal relationships, especially if people don't understand where that's coming from. So it'd be a good idea to tell people when you're dealing with them. If you get a little bit competitive and you sense that they're feeling it, you might want to let them know, hey, I'm just competitive. It's not about trying to be better than you. It's just about I like to compete and have fun with it. You have a strong get after it kind of a mental toughness about you that you can get things done because of that. You recognize when others are uncomfortable and you deal with it. So that's part of the strength, is being able to see that, okay, I've just come across a little bit strong and I need to back off, and you can see that instinctively and act on it. You have the ability to realize that there is value in meeting other people's needs. So you can come along people. You can see that they need something, and you can also detect that, hey, I should be doing something about this because there's great value in it for them and for me. And you understand also that people have different perspectives in life. They look at life differently. They come around the corner and they see something different than you do, and you value that and can do something with it. You have a special talent for showing others how to make the most of situations. So when things are a little tough, you can get them going. You can take action. You can help them drive forward as well as yourself. You have a knack for how things can be done in a more valuable and efficient way. So you're the kind of person who can be on a team. You can help people work through situations and understand how to do things better and why they should be done a different way. And you have a skill for understanding the behavior of people and predicting patterns that are going to be repetitive in their lives. And when these are positive, you can help augment them and help push them on to do better and great things. Okay, here's some of your weaknesses. You can become antagonistic, where no possibility exists to do something. So you might feel like, oh, there's nothing we can do about this. What are we going to do? And in those cases, you might think seriously about coming along next side to people who have they also have the ability to be able to move ahead and to press on, and who can be persistent. You may be manipulative, taking advantage of other people's weaknesses. When you see a chance, because you're competitive, right? You might see an opportunity to take advantage of them, and watch out to make sure that when you take advantage of somebody, it's in a competitive environment where they know they're competing also. You may be unwilling or unable to plan anything in advance yourself. So you might look at life and live it in the present, and it's a good idea to make sure that you plan, list out goals and objectives, keep those fresh in your mind so that you can help keep yourself away from this whole the traps of not planning, because when you're not planning to go anywhere, you won't go anywhere in particular. You can be overconfident at your own cunning or ability. So don't get overly aggressive to the point where you forget to take account of some of your own weaknesses and the weaknesses of the situation you're in. You may tend to ignore problems which can eventually catch up with you and hit you in the blind side. So when you hear people, you hear those soft little voices that are raising little flags in your mind, stop, take note of them, write them down, and keep them close to you, because those are the things that can bite you. So watch out for those. Don't ignore them. You may find it difficulty or actually unwilling to follow through on things. And that's also seen as a sign of real weakness in a personality, especially with somebody who is as driven as you are and as competitive as you are. So learn to follow through. Again, keep a journal and write those things down that you need to follow up on, and then make sure that you prioritize those so you know which things are really important, and because some of them might not be important in the bigger scheme of things. You may be overbearing, demanding, or uncaring, or at least seem uncaring. So remember that when you're overbearing and demanding, it drives people away. It doesn't pull them in. Leaders find out what it is other people need and help try to fill their requirements. They don't push and become overbearing and manipulative in their lives. You may be unable to maintain employment for any length of time. You might be the kind of person that needs to be in an environment that's changing consistently. So make sure when you're thinking about career, when you're thinking about committees and that kind of thing, that it's in a changing environment, so you can keep your interest long term. And then make sure that you have a suitable partner, somebody that your life partner is suitable and can be somebody that you can see yourself with long term, that you never get bored of, and make sure that your relationship, that time that you're spending with them before the engagement is quite enough time so you can tell, are these people always going to keep me interested, or this person always going to keep me interested? And then you may become focused on the behaviors of others, or the behavior of others. And of course, if you're focused so much on somebody else and worried about them all the time, you can't really work on developing your own personality. Okay, here's some action items. Ask yourself, are you being realistic? And the way you understand whether or not you are realistic about something is you gather the facts, the real facts, not just what you perceive to be the facts, not just what you hope are the facts, but what the real facts are. Dig in, find somebody who's a little bit more analytical than you are, and grab that information and put it into the mix and help understand what the reality is. And don't be afraid of letting your feelings show. Let people know that you have an anger, a spot of anger, that you feel real competitive, that you're excited about something, because it'll help build the excitement level with others. And then discuss your fears and your limits, and discover the strength available to you. You'll find that when you discuss with other people what your fears are, they'll help you see that, hey, you've got real strength in things. You're the kind of person that gets things going. You're the person that drives things forward. So don't let those feelings overwhelm you. And then allow yourself to be who you are. That doesn't mean that you take advantage of people. It doesn't mean those things. But you are a person of action. You are a person that loves a differing environment all the time. Take advantage of that and be who you are. Have fun with it. And then talk about your thoughts and your ideas and perceptions to other people, and just let them know. Tell them in the context of your feelings, but you also have certain thoughts and ideas. And then don't be afraid to show your emotion about these things. And then respect your need for action. You need to be in the groove, and so not only respect it, but let other people know that, hey, I need to have action in my life. I need to be going forward. I need to feel like we're accomplishing something, because if you don't have that, it could have a tendency to frustrate you. The only way you get to grow is to get outside of your comfort zone. So not only do you want to be a very perceptive person, but you need to be finding and analyzing information that will help you to live a life that's based in reality. It's important that you figure out how you feel about someone, because you're the kind of person that might not exactly feel. You might go on immediate emotions, where you really need to search down and find out how you really feel about them, and how you think about them, because how you think about them is ultimately drives how you feel. And then last, be aware of that you can fail, and that it is okay. Failure is just a stepping stone on the way to success, and if you remember that, it'll serve you well. So that's your personality. ESTP would be good.